Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Tim Cooper Sports Podcast, um, where we talk about Blue Jays and all MLB stuff. But today we're going to do my Blue Jays playoff prediction. As you can see, I have a tab open, so I'm going to do my bracket challenge in front of you guys, so you guys can see who I predict. Because I want you guys to get some good money from the MLB, because the MLB doesn't deserve any money. I'm joking. So why aren't there any people in here? Come on, join. You know you're going to regret it. So first, we're going to start off with our first question. Actually, instead, we are going to do the bracket first. I'll get into my questions I've written down after. So when I do this bracket, guys, I'll be telling you how I think about each team. Okay. So I'm going to save the Blue Jays for last. So Braves versus Reds. I think it's pretty obviously going to be the Braves. I know that they kind of have a kind of depleted team. They're not that deep, but I think they'll probably beat the Reds because the Reds, they aren't really that good of a team. They kind of just made it out of luck. So I'm going to give it to the Braves because I really like how they look. Former Blue Jays GM Alex Anthopoulos is currently their GM. Hope you guys think the same thing. But let's get into the Marlins. So, as you guys probably know, I am not a Cubs fan at all. I actually hate the Cubs. And I know people that I don't really like that much who are Cubs fans. So out of spite, I'm probably gonna give it the Marlins. And also the Marlins, they're a really good team. They've been playing some really good baseball. They're led by an amazing manager and Don Mattingly, who my father absolutely like loves. They overall have an amazing team. Um, I hope the best for them. So I know I'm right off the bat just giving it to a complete underdog who is supposed to be tanking, but I believe in the Marlins and underdogs and Cinderella stories normally go kind of far in the playoffs. They could be like Tennessee Titans. Um, so for our next series, which is the Padres versus Cardinals, I think that it's gonna it's gonna be a really tight series. The Padres are really good. The Cardinals are they're good, but they are probably really, really tired from playing a bunch of double headers in this season due to their team getting COVID for 2 weeks. Guys, quick message about COVID. Please wear masks. You're saving lives. I have family members that are very high risk. I just want to keep my family safe. So please wear masks and don't hang out in large groups, okay, guys? So to give you that message. So I'm gonna give it to the Padres because the Padres, I really like their team. They're a really good young team. They actually remind me a lot of the Toronto Blue Jays because of how they play and and how good they are. Fernando Tatis is a future MVP. Um, Reminds me a lot of a slightly better version of Bo, maybe. He's a really exciting player. Their entire team is really good. Hope for the best for them. Now for our next series, the Dodgers versus Brewers. So it's kind of hard to give the Brewers. The Dodgers are really good. Love Clayton Kershaw, as you probably all know. I I kind of have to give it to the Dodgers because Dodgers are they're dominant. They are probably not going to get beat very often in the playoffs. Not going to spoil anything for later, but I might. So, do you guys agree with that? Do you think Dodgers are going to get upset? Um, we're going to do the entire and we're going to do the entire National League. So, for the Dodgers versus Padres, I think the Padres are going to push the Dodgers really far. I think it might have a chance of going, is it 5 games or 7 games? Well, I think it's 5 games, but it's going to end up going pretty prolonged because um, those are both two really good teams in the same division. But I am going to have to end up giving it to the Dodgers because they're just too good. Now we got another group of teams in the same division. The Marlins versus the Braves. So I really, really want to give it to Miami, guys, but there's no way in hell they're going that far. I can't see them going any further than beating one team from one series. I want to give it to Miami, but Atlanta's just too good. They're crushing baseballs. They have an amazing GM, amazing manager, a really good team. Hope they won't choke because Atlanta teams tend to choke. Look at the Falcons. They're 0-3, I believe, and they've choked almost all their games away. So I'm going to give it to Atlanta, but Miami could end up upsetting them. So now we got Dodgers versus Braves. This is a 1-2 series matchup. It was not very this is actually kind of a tough one. Dodgers have a lot better starting pitching. Bullpen battles a little bit evenly matched. They both have really strong lineups. Dodgers is probably better, so I probably am going to give it to the Dodgers. So, how much time am I going to do this for? Guys, tell me if you agree with my predictions, okay? I want to see what you guys think. Come on, write in the chat. Where's the people in the chat? So, for our next series, we're going to do the Athletics versus White Sox. So the White Sox have a really young team. They probably could have been the best team in their division. I haven't really seen a lot of Oakland this year, so it's kind of hard for me to judge them. I want to give it to the White Sox really bad because they look really, really good, guys. Eloy Jimenez is a beast. Yoan Moncada has been really good on my fantasy team. He's pretty good. What's that guy's name who got no hitter? Lucas Giolito. Yeah. So Giolito, he's really good. All the other starting pitchers are really good. I don't actually remember how their bullpen is, but I don't remember being that good. It is nice to see Moneyball teams going far. So originally, when I was doing a test run of this bracket, I gave it to the White Sox, but I think I changed my mind. I'm going to give it to the A's because they do look really good. Really good lineup, really good starting pitching. But it'll be really tight. It's going to be tight. Probably 3 games. So the Twins versus the Astros. So the Astros have kind of fallen off a cliff this year. They haven't really been that good. Probably has to do with them cheating and every team playing at their absolute best against them, wanting to beat the Astros. They've also had a lot of injuries, like Justin Verlander tearing his UCL, and former Blue Jay Roberto Osuna. Hope the best for Roberto, even though he isn't the best person off the field. Um, but I'm gonna give it to the Twins because they are a really good team. They have really good pitching, good bullpen, good lineup. I just don't like Josh Donaldson. But I'm giving it to the Twins because they are a good team. Um, so with this Twins Athletics series, Twins are really good. They have really good lineup. Probably better than Oakland's. Oakland, um, they have really good pitching. They do have a good lineup, but I'm gonna give it to the Twins because I think they might go far. Now for the Indians versus Yankees. So the Yankees they've really cooled off recently. I'm tempted to put them as getting eliminated in the first round, but I cannot see that happening. These Yankees, they're too good. I know that Cleveland they've bounced back big time, but I just think the Yankees will dominate. They have some really good pitching. They have these two. They have these two really good guys in their lineup. I don't think any of you know them. Their names are Mr. Aaron Judge and Giancarlo Stanton. I know they strike out a lot, but they're some really good hitters, guys. I'm being sarcastic. They're extremely good. They're just a little bit streaky, a little overpaid, a little too much muscle on them. I'm kind of on the fence. I I know the Yankees can do it, but I just think that they've cooled off too much. I'll give it to the Yankees for now. But now the Rays versus Blue Jays. So we're gonna get into my questions for the Blue Jays. So will the Blue Jays carry a third catcher? I don't know if you guys think the same as me, but I think there's a chance of it, but I don't know who they would actually carry because obviously you're gonna have Danny and Alejandro Kirk because Kirk's been really good late in the season. Maybe they should have called him up earlier. I know I slept on him a lot before the season started. I thought all the other fans were overhyping him. I didn't really believe in him. But they have a lot of questions on their roster. And this is probably the biggest one if they're going to carry three because I wouldn't want to carry Reese McGuire. He can't hit for his life. He can't field. He's just a lefty bat who can't hit. At least Danny can hit, and he's a Gold Glove candidate. I expect Danny to be like the next Salvador Perez. Sorry, the white Salvador Perez. That's racist, Cooper, but I shouldn't have said that. So who rounds out the Blue Jays bullpen is my next question. We're gonna look at the Blue Jays depth chart. So in their bullpen, you obviously got to have Bass. Rafael Devers will probably be there. AJ Cole's really good. He'll probably be there. So Cole, Dolis, um, Bass, Romano if he's healthy, which he probably will. And Stripling, he should be there. And then your 6 is probably going to be Thomas Hatch if you don't have like Robbie Ray and Tanner Roark and Chase Anderson on your roster. Oh, and Nate Pearson. You could use all of them out of the bullpen as relievers if you're not going to save them for the next series. That's how their bullpen will play round out. But as we know, their starting pitchers are going to be Matt Shoemaker for Game 1, Hyun-Jin Ryu for that either must-win or series-winning Game 2, and for Game 3, which will be the decider if necessary, will be Taijuan Walker, Skywalker pitching. I kind of really like that pitching staff. I'm happy Roark's not the one they chose to start. I was also kind of worried that they were going to use a bullpen day, because they have really liked using their bullpen a lot. Because their bullpen is what led them to being in the playoffs. This team has really surprised me because I was not expecting playoffs. I was expecting this to be a rebuilding year. But they made the playoffs, and I'm really happy. Also on their bench, we all hope that Rowdy Tellez will be there, or be there to start. And supposedly, Vladdy Guerrero is going to be playing third base on Tuesday, according to Charlie Montoya's report. And they're leaving the DH spot open so they can have Alejandro Kirk, which means that Rowdy Tellez will be on the bench. And that, let's say if Danny does get hurt, knock on wood if he does get hurt, that they will have Kirk right in the lineup. They just slide someone else in the DH spot. But hopefully it won't happen. They're kind of running a Tampa Bay Rays-esque thing. But Kirk's been really good. He deserves it. Even though it's not that big of a sample size. Now let's just do a little fun thing. So, Jonathan Davis had a really, really nice catch against the Baltimore Orioles this weekend, or in this past series, and people are saying that it is the catch of the year. I think it might be. It did win catch of the week. You never know if it's going to win catch of the year according to MLB's list when it comes out. The Blue Jays are going to have tons of awards because they have tons of rookies, so one of them might win Rookie of the Year. Probably Bo, because I think he still counts as a rookie. But it probably won't be because Canadian players never win. Oh, another thing. Do you guys think that for this season the Blue Jays should be counted on the records as being the Buffalo Blue Jays? Just think about that. They really just played in Buffalo, and they're technically Buffalo's team. Buffalo should be taking like tax revenue from them and other stuff. They should be the Buffalo Blue Jays. Sounds a lot like the Buffalo Braves, which are the LA Clippers. Well, Buffalo Braves, then San Diego Clippers, then LA Clippers. That's what it sounds like, but I think Buffalo should deserve to have this in the record book as the Buffalo Blue Jays, but for one season. It's technically a relocation. So do you guys have any other thoughts on what you think will happen? I don't know. I'm just hoping for the best. But between the Blue Jays and the Rays, I think the Blue Jays, they do have a really good chance. It's kind of a hot take to say Blue Jays, and you guys are all probably going to say I'm biased. But they're probably at least going to win a first round series against those pesky Yankees, who they did beat in the regular season, but they are going to be playing a neutral site. The Yankees will probably be better in the playoffs. So I'm gonna give it to the Yankees because they do have a good lineup. And now we got the Yankees against their AAA team, known as the Minnesota Twins. Um, so since the Yankees are playing um, their the AAA team known as their slaves, which is the Minnesota Twins, the Yankees are most definitely going to win because the Twins have never really defeated the Yankees in the playoffs ever. I'm sorry, Jamie. I'm sorry. And now I have Yankees versus Dodgers. I know. This is what everyone wanted for the past 3 years. It's finally going to happen because the Astros are not cheating. Um, so who do you guys think is going to win? I have no. I don't know who's going to win because they're both good teams. But I'm going to put Dodgers because Dodgers are absolutely stacked and they deserve it. How many games, I think? I'm going to say 6. For total home runs in the postseason, I'm going to go for about 60 because there's been a lot of home runs hit. A lot of these teams can hit a lot. How many runs do I think will be scored in the World Series? I'm going to go for about 30. Not much to lie about my age, saying like 01, 01, 1990. I'll log into that later, but let's look at the rest of the Blue Jays. Yeah, Vieira's probably going to be playing third, or he's going to be off the bench. I just want to have a quick word to Derek Fisher if you're out there. So Derek Fisher, I highly urge you to quit baseball. Like, just stop playing. You are a absolutely terrible player. You cannot field a fly ball. I think that you're probably the worst fielder I've ever seen. I keep replaying that meme of you um, getting hit by a fly ball right to the face. You are literally a walking joke of a player. You are literally like the New York Mets combined with the one player. I'm surprised he's never been on the Mets. He should go there. Maybe when when cheap ass Steve Cohen goes there, as the Mets fans call him. I know that the coupons are gone, Mets fans. You can now get your what's out if you want. So what do you guys think about the playoffs? Let's do a little NBA segment. So who do you guys think uh, will win the NBA Finals? Because it is the all LeBron team finals because Lakers are against Heat, two LeBron teams because he used to play for them. Um, Miami has really good defense. Lakers have really good star power and good offense. I don't know if I should be saying that. But I think that Miami plays a lot better as a team. I really like how they play. I'm just looking at the at some stat lines, and Miami's leading a lot of categories. I know it's going to seem really, really bad if I give it to Miami, but I want to give it to them. But I'm going to give it to LeBron because he does need another championship. Even though Miami plays better as a team, I just don't think they're ready yet. I don't want to see Jimmy get a championship. So I'm going to give it to the Lakers. Even though they don't have very good defense, they don't have good 3-point shooting, they're going to get outshot by Miami because they have amazing shooters and they have good defense. Um, yeah, I'll give it to Lakers. I know I'm being unoriginal by saying that, but the Lakers are a really good team. They may have trouble, but doesn't mean that they're just going to evaporate. Um, so I'll give it to Miami, and I'm going to go off because I'm getting really tired. But I love doing this, guys. I love all of you. You're amazing.